If you mean crypto like Bitcoin, I've always said it's a fraud. No hope for it. Well, if they think they're a currency, there's no hope for it. It's a Ponzi scheme. It's a public, decentralized.
This is a very old argument against crypto. It's a Ponzi scheme, they'd say. But in this video, I want us to be completely honest. Is crypto really just a Ponzi scheme? You know, in the tulip bubble, many people were saying that, that thing is a Ponzi scheme. And, well, a lot of people disagreed, and it ended up becoming or being a Ponzi scheme, and many people lost their wealth. So, is this really just a Ponzi scheme industry? Let's be completely honest. You see, Ponzi schemes depend on the greater fool. You're only buying because you think someone else is going to buy higher than you, and so you get to make money, they get to lose money. From that definition, you might think, well, that's how crypto is, so it must be a Ponzi scheme. Yes? No, that's how everything else is. Stocks, metals, real estate, everything else is like that. I mean, when you go to buy a Tesla stock, aren't you expecting someone else to buy it higher than you? Is it therefore a Ponzi scheme? No. So what's the big difference here? Why is it always crypto that gets to wear this Ponzi scheme crown? Well, for starters, and since we're being brutally honest in this video, most cryptos are actually Ponzi schemes. And we have a special name for them. We call them shitcoins. Now, what's the greatest shitcoin of all? Because sometimes we laugh at crypto, we say, oh, it's going down, it's going up. And really, this is what makes people say crypto is a Ponzi scheme. It's not because they are so into it and they see everything going on. No, it's because they see the price fluctuations, they see the volatility. Today, it's down 10%, tomorrow, it's down 20%, and the day after, it's up 40%. And they just see that and say, nah, it's a Ponzi scheme. So what's the greatest shitcoin of all? Believe it or not, it's this. If you had $1 in the year 2000 and you just saved it, yeah, you did nothing, you just saved your money. By the year 2025, that dollar's value would have decreased by about 39%. This means that if you wanted to buy something in the year 2000 and for some reason you were like, no, I'll wait 25 years and buy the same thing, so I'll just save this dollar to buy that thing. Well, by the year 2025, you will need $1.65 to buy the same thing. So this is clearly a shit coin because it also drops in value over time. It loses its buying power over time. And what makes it even worse is that it does not have any apparent warnings. Now, what sets Bitcoin or Ethereum or XRP or BNB or Solana, what sets them apart from this whole Ponzi scheme idea? Now, mind you, some large caps might as well be Ponzi schemes. I don't want to name them, but a lot of them are actually Ponzi schemes. There are some small caps that may not be doing well price-wise, but are genuinely good projects that just lack adoption. Some large caps may be doing well, but are Ponzi schemes. So let's take Bitcoin as our example. Why is it not actually a Ponzi scheme? Even though most people who buy Bitcoin are actually just buying it because they think someone else is going to buy it later, and so they get to make money, and those people get to lose money. Why is it therefore not a Ponzi scheme? Because it does have a use case that is not just manufactured. It's not solving a non-existent problem, it's solving a real problem. Say I want to send money to El Salvador. I don't want to go to the bank and they ask me, why are you sending this money? Who knows you there? Why? No. I just want to send my money in peace. I don't want anybody asking me any questions. I don't want anybody telling me you can't send this amount, you must be sending this amount, the person can only collect it after 2 weeks of verification. I don't want any of that. I will just use Bitcoin. And the only way to get it is that I buy it off the spot market. So in that very instance, I'm not buying it because I hope someone else buys it higher than I do. No, I'm buying it because I want to use it. Another way I could use it is, say I want to go to some country and you can't enter that country with an amount that is higher than $10,000. Well, with Bitcoin, I could enter with $1 billion. Not that I have $1 billion, but yeah, you get the point. In that scenario as well, I am not buying it because I wish someone buys it higher than I do. I am buying it to use it. Another reason why we think Bitcoin is not a Ponzi scheme, which is actually the principal reason here, apart from just exchanging value, is saving value or saving money. Earlier, we talked about the dollar and its depreciation over 25 years. What about Bitcoin? Well, when Bitcoin was launched, its price was effectively $0. In fact, its first recorded price was about 0.0009 cents. And now, 16 years later, is $110,000. So the value has actually increased over time. And that's how money is supposed to be. You're supposed to get more value for your money when you keep it. That's how it's supposed to be. But the dollar, if you did that with a dollar about 25 years ago, yeah, you would have lost drastically. You would have lost about 39% of your wealth. So it's also good for storing value. If you want to save for retirement, for example, you could save in this. It will, well, we hope, most likely appreciate in value over time. Just that the day-to-day fluctuations can be, can be crazy. But over time, it's proven to us that it actually appreciates in value. In fact, every 4 years, it appreciates, literally every 4 years. So when we go to things like Ethereum, they show us a lot more value. You could create your decentralized applications here and offer services to people. Entire economies could run on this. So these things, well, some of them are not Ponzi schemes.